Let me say something that took me too long to learn. The quality of your life is directly affected by the quality of your relationships. You can be talented, you can be driven, you can be full of purpose, but if you're surrounded by people who drain you, people who doubt you, people that are constantly distracting you, it will sabotage everything that you're trying to build. In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 lessons that completely changed the way I do relationships. Now, some of these lessons I learned through heartbreak, some were through burnout, some through betrayal, but ultimately they were all through healing. And if you've ever felt overlooked, used, or out of place in your own circle, this is for you. Let's do it. Lesson number 1, energy is contagious. Protect yours. I'm gonna put it to you like this. You don't just catch colds, you don't just catch viruses, you can catch mindsets, habits, and beliefs. Start paying attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Energized or exhausted? Focused or foggy and confused? Because every time you give someone access to your time, your mind, or your space, you're also giving them access to your atmosphere. And atmosphere shapes outcomes. So audit your environment. Do this little exercise. Write down the names of the 5 people you spend the most time with. What's contagious about them? What are you catching when you're around them? And the ultimate question to ask is, do I want what they're carrying to rub off on me? The second lesson I learned is don't chase people, align with them. If you have to beg for attention, you've already lost your peace. Stop contorting yourself to fit in places where you are not valued. I talk a lot about alignment on this channel, and alignment simply means you have shared value, you have shared vision, and there is a baseline of mutual respect. And the thing that you have to remember is you were never meant to chase. You were meant to attract by being whole. Now, alignment doesn't mean perfection, but it does mean a mutual pursuit. You show up, they show up, and there's a shared respect in every exchange. Lesson number 3, stop explaining your worth, show it. Your job isn't to convince people of your value, it's to live from it. And some of us are addicted to being misunderstood because we tell ourselves that, well, if I'm misunderstood, it then gives me the opportunity or an excuse to keep proving myself. But proving often drains power. I once spent years in a friendship where I was constantly trying to prove myself. And when I finally walked away, it was like the blinders were removed because I saw the right people never needed convincing. So live the truth and let them adjust. Lesson number 4, boundaries don't push people away, they reveal who are meant to stay. This is one of my favorites. Letting people walk all over you, it isn't kindness, it's codependency. And the thing that we have to remember is that boundaries are not barriers, they're bridges to real connection. A sure sign of a healthy person is one that respects boundaries. Those that are healthy in your life will respect your boundaries, while those that don't were benefiting from the fact that you didn't have any in place. So I challenge you to practice one boundary this week. It could be a time boundary, it could be a phone boundary, or even taking a moment to just say no without allowing yourself to feel guilted. And when you do it, pay attention to how people respond, not just to your yes, but to your no. The 5th thing I learned about relationships is that friendships require reciprocity, not just history. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this one. Just because you've known someone forever doesn't mean that they are good for you today. Time doesn't equal trust. History doesn't equal health. And the hard truth that every single person eventually will encounter is that not every friend from your past belongs in your future. I once heard someone put it this way, that people come into your life for a season. There's some that come into your life for a season, there's some that come into your life for a lifetime. And whenever we place lifetime expectations on the seasonal group, we will always end up disappointed. And when we're talking about the reciprocal nature of a friendship, it's important to remember that a garden left untended will always overgrow itself. Are you the only one watering the garden? Half of it's green and lush, the other one's burnt up and's got bugs all up in it. Only surround yourself with people that water you the way that you water them. The sixth lesson I learned about relationships is who you marry is a leadership decision. This one's a little deep. Marriage isn't just about love, it's also about legacy. The person you choose becomes a mirror to your growth, a mirror to your purpose, a mirror to your healing. And often it's less about compatibility and more about purpose and calling. Because who you marry will either multiply the growth mission or mute it altogether. So if you're watching me and you're thinking about getting engaged, or maybe you just became engaged, I want you to ask yourself this question. Is the person I'm with helping me grow into the person that I was called to be? And if you're not married, don't just date for chemistry, for fire, for that heat and passion. All of that's great. But make sure you date for clarity as well. Lesson number 7, loyalty is not an excuse for stagnation. Some people are loyal to dysfunction. They'll stay in toxic relationships, friendships, even jobs because they don't want to seem disloyal. But I want you to remember this. Loyalty is not a free pass for bad behavior. Real loyalty uplifts, it doesn't trap. And here's the thing, you can love people from a distance and still protect your peace. And you also don't have to explain it. You never have to explain why you left a space that stopped being safe. Lesson number 8, never let loneliness talk you into shrinking. I've seen this happen so many times in life, where someone becomes so lonely that they choose things, that they choose people, opportunities, and situations that are well below where they should be. And loneliness will tempt you to settle. It's going to tempt you to settle for friends who don't really support you. It might tempt you to settle for relationships where there's not a lot of honor. It'll even tempt you to settle for environments that don't stretch you. Hang out and be comfortable. But shrinking to be accepted will always cost you your identity, and ultimately, it will rob you from the life that you've always dreamed of. And sometimes you just have to reach a point that you look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, self, we would rather be alone with peace than surrounded with pressure to shrink. And I want to encourage you not to fall into the trap, because being alone is better than being invisible in a crowd. Number 9, love is not just a feeling, it's a decision. Repeated. Feelings fade, emotions shift, but love, that lasting legacy building kind of love, is built through a decision. It's built through the daily choice to be kind, the daily choice to listen, the daily choice to forgive, and ultimately to stay. If you want better relationships, stop looking for perfect feelings, start building strong decisions. Because in the end, love isn't found, it's all around us. And it's the decision to walk in it that gives us the result that we're looking for. The 10th lesson I learned about relationships before 40 is that you can't build legacy with people who don't think long-term. Some people think in weekends, others think in decades. You want to raise families, build businesses, change lives. They want to chill and waste time. That's not alignment, that's distraction and delay. So it's very important that if you're going to win, you surround yourself with vision carriers. People who speak the future fluently and are doing their best every single day to make small steps towards that vision that's in their heart. And when it comes to relationships, If they can't see where you're headed, they're going to become dead weight when it's time to move. I'm going to leave you with this. You are the gatekeeper of your energy. You're the curator of your circle and the protector of your peace. Start choosing relationships that multiply your identity rather than divide your integrity. Every connection in your life should reflect your calling, your community should reflect your character, and your boundaries should reflect your belief in your self-worth. If this message resonated with you, drop in the comments, "I'm choosing relationships that align with my future." And hey, this is part 3 of our series on the 40 things I learned before 40. And on the next episode, we're going to go over the last 10. Always remember that growth is a journey, it's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.